In other news at this hour, Sri Lanka is struggling to cope with its worst economic crisis in memory, which has pushed the island nation to consider closing down a few of overseas embassies due to a shortage of dollars. Colombo's Ministry of External Affairs has decided to shut down embassies in Baghdad and Oslo. The Consul General's offices in Sydney is also expected to shut down from the 31st of March. However, the mission's work will resume considering the economic situation after 1 year. Now, according to Foreign Minister G.L. Peiris, the work of these embassies and consulates will continue through another embassy. Sri Lankan affairs with Iraq will be conducted via the Consul General's office in Dubai. The embassy in Norway will conduct its affairs via the embassy in Stockholm, Sweden, while the Sri Lankan High Commission in Canberra will handle the affairs of the Sydney Consul General's office. The move comes as the island nation of 22 million people is in the throes of its worst economic meltdown since independence in 1948. Colombo is seeking more loans to repay its external debt. India last week said it had agreed to give a $1 billion credit line to buy food and medicines. This is on top of a $500 million facility granted earlier. Sri Lankan authorities announced last week that the country will seek an IMF bailout. Colombo has approached China for a $1 billion loan and another $1.5 million credit line to import goods from China. Beijing is considering the request for the $2.5 billion loan package from crisis-hit Sri Lanka. Due to shortage of dollars to finance essential imports, there are widespread shortages of essential goods. The cash-strapped country is facing unprecedented food and fuel shortages. The country has been under rolling power cuts. For weeks, people have been queuing up at pumps, often for hours. A man was stabbed to death while queuing at a fuel station. Another man collapsed from exhaustion and died after spending hours waiting for petrol. Before this, 2 men collapsed and died while waiting in queues to secure fuel. Shortages have brought havoc on almost every aspect of daily life. Authorities even postponed examinations for nearly 3 million students because of a lack of paper and ink. For more on this, our correspondent Dasuni Athauda is joining us live from Colombo. Dasuni, good to see you. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is mulling temporarily closing 3 embassies in Baghdad, Iraq and Norway. Any further information on that?
Well, actually, what we know so far is that this is not actually a cabinet paper which is put forward by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, G.L. Peiris, and a division in Iraq. It's yet to be made, and we will be actually supporting a division in the recent days. Now, we have to keep in mind that this is not the first time that Sri Lanka has shut down missions, because previously over the past few months, we did see several other missions also being shut down.
Dasuni, Sri Lanka is seeking a bailout from the IMF and China. Maybe you can tell us how dire this crisis is in Colombo.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think words will do justice right now, because if I let you know, the reality, the ground level situation right now is that almost every Sri Lankan citizen has to rearrange his entire.
Dasuni, thank you very much for that update and for talking to us today.